Your guides need your permission. They are waiting there. They are ready to help. But in order to do things, in order to change things in your physical reality and your, mental, energetic reality, they need permission because we live in a world, we are a race that has the need for consent. That means we get to choose what we allow in. A lot of the things that are in our existence right now have been ingrained, have been kind of programmed that they're our default. They are the things we believe and the ways we have to act. But that's not true. In order to rewrite that, we have to first understand what it is that is blocking us. We have to know that these things exist, these self-limiting beliefs that we have. And it can be so difficult, but your team, the universe, your spirit guides, the deities you work with, the archangels, the elements, nature, whatever it is you work with, because we all have our own journeys, we all have our own paths. They are there and they are ready and they want to help, but they can't do that unless you allow them. And it can be so easy. My favorite way to do this is to say, let it be easy. My team, my spirit team, they know that that is my permission slip. That is me asking for assistance. But there are so many ways you can work with this. You can ask for help. You can say, please, help me work through this. Please show me the way. Please, you don't have to say please. I just, I'm Canadian. I say please and thank you and sorry a lot. But they are there and they are waiting, and all they need is this just tiny little piece of permission to shift reality. And when you give that permission, when you acknowledge that things are going to change, this is when timeline jumps can also happen. The universe wants to conspire in your favor. You just need to allow it. And the not knowing how that will work out can be the scariest thing, because it's different, it's new. In most cases, when you are asking for assistance and you are asking your guides and your spirit team and your ancestors to come in and help you, it is because you are working through something that has been there for a long time or is challenging. And when we face those challenges, the fear can arise. The old programming, the old stories that have kept us here can show up, but they do not have to stay. You can revoke the permission from the limiting beliefs, from the old programming. You have to identify it first. You have to be aware that it exists in order to shift it. But once you are aware, it can be shifted. That does not mean you cannot fall back into the old patterns that existed when it arose, but you do not have to stay with it. Every single time you recognize it, every single time you say, let it be easy, and you give your spirit team permission to help, permission to ease, it gets easier, it gets better. You just have to believe. You have to have faith in the unknowing, and that can be so scary. It is something that I struggle with a lot, but for me this shows up as being in flow, being in the state of being present and trusting my intuition to make the decisions. It is not something I have to mentally process and think through to work. It is an allowing of my body, of my higher self, to come in and direct where I go next. And the more I do that, the more I fall back on this practice over and over and over again of allowing the beings waiting to help me, to actually help me. The easier it gets, the faster things shift, the more miracles show up in my life, and they do show up in my life. The things I ask for, they do come. But they come when I allow. They come when I stop trying to control, because when I am trying to control, I am trying to set a very specific path that usually isn't the easiest way, usually isn't the most expedient, usually isn't, a way that doesn't cause major stress and anxiety and nervous system dysregulation. When I allow things to be easy, things get to be easy. That doesn't mean everything will be easy, but the more I let go of the fear and the doubt and the worry that I will get lost in the unknowing, the more the right things show up. Let this be easy. Let it work. Let your spirit team, your ancestors, your guides, your team waiting, let them in and let them help. You just need to give them permission. And let go of the who, what, where, when, why, and how. Might be harder than it sounds, but the more you practice, the more it becomes muscle memory, and the faster those things you were trying to bring in will come in. You've got this.